Hi, I'm Jack, and welcome back, because today I'm going to give you guys a reaction to Volume 2 trailer of Stranger Things 4, which Netflix just released today. And before I get started, just know I'm in a different location in my house. We have some rooms being renovated, and I can't do it up where I usually do it because there's going to be a lot of commotion. So for now, I'm going to try and settle here. Hopefully it's going to work, because I'm going to try it. We're going to do this together, and I hope you guys will stick around. And with that said, let's get started.
I know you're frightened. You're terribly frightened by what you've seen. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Your friends are not prepared for this fight. Hawkins will fall.
Dustin.
My friends need me.
Max.
You're not ready.
Millie.
It's not going to stop. Not until he's taken everyone. Let's do it.
Really love Eddie this season. Really like him. There's Steve.
But I have this terrible feeling.
Guess they're going back to the upside down.
This time.
Ooh, the clubhouse.
It is over. Now I just want you to watch.
Get him, Lucas. Get him.
Your friends have lost.
Well, that was the trailer to Volume 2 of Stranger Things 4. Now, before we get started, just let me know, the reason why I didn't do a review of Volume 1 yet was because I didn't want to review a season that's not necessarily complete yet, but to give you guys a brief rundown, I think I loved what we got of Stranger Things 4. It is very mature and very dark, and I really like it for that. It really goes off the walls with what they're able to do, and I actually thought the extended run times work so well with the kind of story like this, because it's much more grander, it's bigger, and it's cinematic too this season, and it really makes you look at seasons 1 and 3. It's like, wow, this is just a massive step up. And I like what they've done with most of the characters, like with 11, Steve, Dustin. There are some storylines here and there that don't always work, like Will, Mike, and Jonathan and Argyle. Their storyline doesn't feel like it's fair. It feels very fillery to me right now until Volume 2 does something. Hopper, Joyce, and Murray that's a great storyline, but I feel like it doesn't quite add into what's happening with Hawkins and Vecna yet. So that, not as fillery as what's happening with Will and them, but I'm waiting to see how it ties into that now, especially with Hopper now encountering a Demogorgon in episode 7. But everything that's happening in Hawkins and Vecna, love it. I love how we have Dustin and Max and Lucas and Steve, and Eddie is a great new character. Really like him. And I just love how you see just so much danger with all these deaths and how brutal they are and how dangerous of a foe Vecna is. And even though I found the Vecna twist predictable, that Vecna is one from Hawkins' lab, I still thought it was a great idea for him to be the villain. I think it really adds to some personal vendetta against 11 now that it turns out Vecna is one that 11 used to have a relationship with as a friend when she was at Hawkins' lab. And now I'm wondering that we're really seeing them build up to an inevitable confrontation between 11 and Vecna. And I'm super excited to see that, especially with how powerful both of those characters are. And I'm really excited to just see where they're going to progress things, because last thing we know, Nancy's still stuck in the Upside Down. And Max has always been a character that I like, but I've never really had her as one of my favorites. But this season really blows my mind with her character. I love Max this season. I loved episode 4. The back half of that episode is phenomenal, but probably the best episode of the show at the moment. And I love how this season is teasing the Hawkins crew going back into the Upside Down with all these other characters, and how it teases this inevitable fight between Eleven and Vecna. And I do hope that they do more with Will and Mike and that side of things in the back half of the season, but considering what there is with the long run times, I think that's a possibility. And I'm curious to see what they do with Hopper and them now that Joyce, Murray, and Hopper are finally reunited in Russia. But it seems like there's going to be some upside down stuff there too, and I'm really curious to see how everything's going to tie together. How are we going to get all of our characters finally united once again to take on this threat? Because Vecna seems like the most powerful threat on the show, even more than the Mind Flayer, actually. And I have my ideas on what exactly that Vecna might just be the overall villain of the show. Now, whether Vecna will last all the way to season 5 is up for debate. We just got to see how the final 2 episodes play out. And I really like Jamie Campbell Bower as Vecna as one. I really like him on the show, and really curious to see what they do with Vecna in the back half of the season, all these characters. It definitely, with this trailer, shows it's going to be crazier. It's going to be continuing to make the season as gruesome as it is, and I think that's great. I'm really excited to see where they're going to go with these characters and this inevitable fight with Vecna, and so as the fate of Hawkins. I'm really excited to see all of those things, see them all come together, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to play out and leave some room for season 5 to build upon. So really like this trailer, and I'm really liking Stranger Things 4 right now, and if these next 2 episodes knock it out of the park, this could be the best season yet, and I cannot wait for the final 2 episodes to drop on July 1st. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the trailer of Stranger Things 4 and my rundown on what I thought of Stranger Things 4. Let me know down below in the comment section what are your thoughts on the season. I'd love to hear it. And stay tuned, I have a review for both Lightyear and Elvis coming up soon. I'm not going to be making videos as often, at least not feature-length videos, but I will still try and do short reviews for Kenobi's final episode, and so as Miss Marvel. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that. And don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below at the bottom of the screen and in the description below. So please go do that while you're at it. And thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more.